What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It is your guy Boulanger. Up next on the GM, the Guess Who reveal. Building excitement. Do me a quick favor, hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let's talk about it, man. So let's get right to it and let's reveal all three wide receivers. First up is no other than Baltimore Ravens 2015 first round pick, Breshad Perriman. Perriman is a wide receiver, man, who had a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement as he entered into his rookie season in Baltimore. A 6'2", 212-pound wide receiver, a guy who had some big playability. Um, I'm pretty sure he ran a sub 4.3. I think he had like a 4.28, something like that. I mean, he was extremely fast. A lot of excitement around Breshad Perriman, but he just couldn't stay healthy. But believe it or not, he played in all 16 games. His first season, I think I remember him catching 34 passes for 499 yards. Now you got to remember, he was a first round pick. And so, would you take that out of your first round pick? Probably not. You probably would like to see him around 50 catches and 800 yards. But as we continue to reveal these players, you may be satisfied with those kind of statistics for one of our other players. Devontae Walker was wide receiver number 2, a 6'2", 195-pound wide receiver out of North Carolina. The Baltimore Ravens selected in the 4th round with pick 113. Here's what's amazing about the Devontae Walker pick, and when we talk about value, right? When you compare all of his physical attributes, when you compare his pre-draft analysis, when you compare his ability to go deep, make the contested catch, go across the middle, separate, all those kind of things, that is very similar to a first round pick, Breshad Perriman. So when you look at the comparison, if you can get a guy with similar to same, meaning not exact, but similar to same comparison, but you can get him much later in the draft, it does sound like the Baltimore Ravens got great value in the 4th round pick of Devontae Walker. Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying he was the best wide receiver in the draft, not close, right? He may not have even been the wide receiver that most of us would have liked for the Baltimore Ravens to pick, but it is something to be excited about when his measurables, right, height, weight, speed, when his athletic talent and traits are very comparable to Breshad Perriman, who was a former first round pick of the Baltimore Ravens. Rashad Bateman was wide receiver 3, drafted in the 1st round by the Baltimore Ravens, of course. Rashad Bateman is 6'1", 197 pounds, very similar metrics to Breshad Perriman and Devontae Walker. If you remember back to the pre-draft analysis, which I played for you guys, they have a lot of physical play traits that are very, very similar. Height, weight, speed, athleticism, contested catchability, deep speed. Now, of course, Bateman is the better route runner. He has the better hands. But when you consider that Devontae Walker is absolutely a deep threat, when you consider that his physical attributes were analyzed to be very, very similar to 2 first-round picks, if we could get a player like that in the 4th round, maybe we did get a real steal of a deal, right? I think the biggest thing that kept Devontae Walker from being higher is that he switched a couple of teams, which means he had different quarterbacks, different systems, so on and so forth. I believe if he could have found a consistent home and played his college ball in one location for all 3 years, I think he would have been a better prospect. He would have had better numbers, so on and so forth. But give consideration to Breshad Perriman, 34 catches, 499 yards in his first season. I think he had 3 touchdowns. Give consideration to Rashad Bateman in his first season, 46 catches, right? 515 yards. He only played 12 games. What if Devontae Walker could match those numbers, right? So we're talking about 40 catches, 500 yards, somewhere in there. Maybe he exceeds those. But think about it. Whose numbers do those rookie numbers eclipse? If he could go for 40 catches over 500 yards, let's say 3 or 4 touchdowns, those eclipse Odell Beckham's numbers from last season. This is not banging on Odell Beckham. I'm just saying, when you really think about what he brings to the table, which is very, very similar to 2 first rounders, we may have got a better value, a real steal of a deal, if Devontae Walker can bring that deep speed and that deep playability to the Baltimore Ravens. We may have found a missing piece to this offense. Let me know what you guys want me to know. Drop into the comment section. Did you hit all your picks? Did you get any right? And what you think about the comparison? And now when you see how closely related he is to these 2 first-round picks of the Baltimore Ravens, do you believe he's a better value than previously thought? I'm your guy Boulanger. This is the GM. We're out.